Time now for Better Money Boston. Joel Johnson is managing partner at Johnson Brunetti. Joel, I read an interesting statistic. As of February 2022, it says that 4.4 million Americans left their job early, they quit, or they retired. What could this trend mean?
Well, we are living in a really different time, aren't we, Megan? And people are walking out of the workforce either to go to work for themselves or to retire early. It's really important that people think about the consequences of that. Doesn't mean they shouldn't, but they should think about the consequences. For instance, Social Security is based on your best 35 years of earnings. And so if you leave the workforce and maybe you only have 30 years of earnings, you're going to reduce your actual Social Security payments. The other thing is there's less people paying into the system, so that might not affect you directly, but it will put a strain on the Social Security system.
Okay, Social Security, but also what about our 401k, the temptation to tap into that?
Yeah, well, that is sacred money. You want to leave that money alone as long as possible. I realize that sometimes people have to take money out of their 401k, but think of it as it's in a lockbox and you can't touch it. The longer you leave that money alone to bake, as I like to say, the better it's going to be in the long run.
Set it and forget it. It's locked away. Okay.
Exactly.
Then what about healthcare concerns?
Yeah, so healthcare is interesting because people can't qualify for Medicare until they're 65 years old. So many people have to go and buy a healthcare policy, many times through the exchange. So we've got a nice way of doing that, but it's got to bridge you until age 65. And so it's another thing, and it could be a significant cost.
Okay. There is also some considerations we have to take into thinking about getting into retirement early. What about that?
Well, you've got to think a little bit about the opportunity cost of you starting to retire earlier, because remember, you're one less year of contributing to 401ks and pensions and so on. So it could hit you on the back end. You want to make sure you have a financial plan that allows you to have enough income to not run out of money in retirement.
All right, early retirement. You have a book on this very topic. It's free. Tell us about it.
Yeah, I have a book called Forced to Retire, and I wrote it exactly because of what's happening out there in the workforce right now. There are 7 questions people need to answer before they go into early retirement to make sure that they have a great future ahead of them financially.
All right, you can get that book for free. Simply go to bettermoneyboston.com. That's bettermoneyboston.com.